Peoples, what is going on? I am Finesse, and we are here in the Finesse Studios because we are talking about the 2025 Indian motorcycle lineup. On the last video, we went over the 2025 Roadmaster Elite and the Scout 60 lineup. Today, we are going to be talking about the rest of the, the other part of the partial 2025 lineup release, which is the Indian motorcycle Springfield, Chieftain, and Roadmaster. For these three models, I'm not going to go too in depth because a lot of it is just going to be carryover, okay? For the 2025 year, these models received a, I guess you want to call it a soft refresh. So basically all you're going to, the only new things are going to be whatever is included in the Ride Command software, and once the dealership gets a 2025 model in or models, I'm going to go over there and put some hands on. That way I can give you guys an actual review or a breakdown of everything that has or has not changed with these models. All right. So right now, what the information that I do have is the color changes for 2025. So we're going to start off with the Springfield, and the Springfield, you're going to be able to have black metallic heavy metal or maroon metallic silver quartz. So those are going to be your two color options for the Springfield. For the Springfield lineup, you don't ever really get too many colors. They usually only give you two colors. I'm sure there's a reason for that, whatever it is. I'm not sure, but I know when I see the Springfield, all of that chrome on that bike, man, it just looks good. It's got that old school feel with the two-tone paint. Really, it's a good throwback bike. Now, for the Springfield Dark Horse, the more modern-looking Springfield, of course you're going to get your black smoke. Now, I don't know if I've said this before or not, but as far as flat paints go, the Indian motorcycle black smoke, when you do the bikes, no matter what model it is, the black smoke bikes just look absolutely gorgeous. Springfield is no different. Springfield holds a special place in my heart. So maybe this year, maybe the next year, but at some point, I'm pretty sure I'm going to get one of these. Every time I see them, I just love them. But anyways, so first, like I said, you're going to get the black smoke. And then after that, new for 2025, there's a moss green smoke. So the previous year was the sagebrush green smoke, and that looked really good. I mean, there were times where, I'd just catch that bike and I'd just be like, wow. All right. It was more of a darker shade of green. This moss green smoke looks like it's on the lighter shade of green. So, I mean, I don't know if I'm going to like that when I see it, but hopefully I'll get to see one soon and let you guys know. All right. So now when we are talking about the Chieftain Dark Horse and the Chieftain Limited, things get a little tricky. Okay. Because you're going to get some more color options as well as some audio options. So I want to say Indian Motorcycle started doing this last year where you could get the bikes with the upgraded audio package already installed. And I think that is fantastic because when I had my first bike, I was telling myself, even actually when I have the second bike too, I was telling myself that, later on I'll get the saddlebag speakers and, we'll do that to do the upgrade. But now that you can get the bikes with it already in there, is just fantastic, because when especially if you have one of the odd colors or the less liked colors, it's hard to get those saddlebags. Then you got to wait for the dealership to order it. Then it's got to come in and be installed and this, that, and the other. And it's just, to me, it just seems much more of a hassle doing it that way. Whereas I can already have it installed when I get the bike to go, from the jump. And then in case of the Challenger or the Pursuit, if you have the lowers, you can also get the speakers put in there, which is much easier to do because all you have to do is buy the speakers. Okay. But the lids, that's like a whole nother thing, getting them paint matched, this, that, and the other. So I really like that they started doing that. So I say all of that to say, for the base version of the Chieftain, it only comes in the black metallic, and that bike, you cannot order it already with the saddlebag speakers in it. That's something that you would have to do on your own. So there's no option for the saddlebag speakers on the base version. So when we get into the Chieftain Dark Horse, your color options are going to be Black Smoke, Storm Gray, that's new for 2025, the Sunset Red Smoke. You'll be able to get that on the Chieftain with or without the audio upgrade. So if you like the colors, don't want the audio upgrade, or if you want to try to keep your price down as low as you can get it, maybe you wear a full face helmet, so the audio upgrade's not interesting to you. You know, you have it with, without, and you get the same color options, so you're not missing anything there. All right, so your color options for the Chieftain Limited are going to be new for 2025, the Blue Dusk and Sunset Red Metallic. So you only get two options with the Chieftain Limited as far as your color choices go. And of course, like I said, you can get that with or without the audio package. So when you're moving on to the Roadmaster, there is no, I guess, base version of the Roadmaster. The Roadmaster comes either in the old school freight train style, or you get the new modern styling with either the Dark Horse or the Limited. All right, but with these models, you know, you're going to get a full out package. This is the more, or used to be, the top tier touring package from India Motorcycle before the Pursuit came along. All right, and I know an argument can be made for one or the other. It just kind of depends on what you like. For the Roadmaster, your color options are going to be black metallic heavy metal, maroon metallic, silver quartz metallic. And again, for each of those colors, you're going to be able to get with or without the audio upgrade. All right, when we're moving to the Roadmaster Dark Horse, you're going to have two color options there. You have heavy metal and black smoke. And you have that again with or without the audio package. So the heavy metal, that's a new color for 2025. I don't believe I've seen it yet. Me and Mrs. Finesse were talking about it. We were trying to, you know, we were kind of curious as to how it looks. Because I know in the pictures that I have, I mean, to me, it just looks like it's black. Maybe it's black with some flake in it or something, you know. I'm not really sure. But I'm really interested to see what that's going to look like in person. So I can't wait till they get some of those in. Moving on to the Roadmaster Limited, you're going to have two color options here as well. You're going to have black metallic or silver quartz, and again, that's with and without the audio package. And something else that I don't want to forget. So in previous years, the Roadmaster only came with the heated seat and the heated grips as part of that package. For 2025, you are now getting the heated and cooled seat, okay? And which is fantastic, right? Because this is your touring focused bike. So if you're traveling through somewhere where it's warm, you can cool the seat down. If you're traveling somewhere where it's cold, you can warm the seat up. All right, so that is one of the new features for 2025 that the Roadmaster has. All right, so like I said, I was going to keep that short and simple because a lot of it was just refresh or maybe just some slight updates with a few of the options here and there. All right, so that is going to do it for today. Again, I'm still working on the schedule, the ride schedule for 2025. I will be posting it here on the channel, so make sure you stay tuned for that. We're gonna be riding to some food places. We're gonna be riding to some cultural things like museums or wine tasting things. We're also gonna be doing some rides to races like the King of the Baggers up in Atlanta, as well as all the India motorcycle events in this area and maybe some outside of this area. So again, be on the lookout for that. I appreciate everything that you guys do for the channel, supporting the channel, commenting down below, showing up and talking to me when I'm at some of these events. So let's keep that going for 2025. We're trying to get these numbers up. I think I'm at like 3,500 or close to 3,500. I would like to be around the 5,000 area next year. So hopefully that happens. So if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button and ride every day. And most importantly, make sure you're enjoying it. Peace.